I've been putting off doing this video. Um, I just feel like I don't know what my channel is about in the last 6 months, and I don't know what I'm trying to do up here. And I feel like I needed to get out of LA to quiet my mind and really recenter myself and really get back to my roots and find where I truly belong. So with that said, I'm sure you guys have seen all the videos I've uploaded in the last like 9 months or so. There's not many that I'm extremely proud of. I mean, like, I don't know how long you guys have been following me for too, if you guys are watching this video right now. If you guys are watching this, you guys care a lot about where I'm at in my life, and I just feel like I don't know what I did to deserve you guys and your attention and the way you guys care about me. Because whenever you guys come up and say hi to me, I'm just like, I'm so freaking happy, and I feel like I don't deserve it because I haven't been putting up content that I'm like extremely proud of. And I feel like I'm letting you guys down, which I know like you guys wouldn't really mind too much. I know a lot of you guys are just so caring and understanding, but if you guys have been following me on this channel, you guys have probably seen my ups and downs. And ever since I had the miscarriage last year, towards the end of the year, I feel like I've just been knocked down, and I've really had to like really find who I am after that whole incident. And I finally feel like I'm back to the core of who I am. I'm finding where my true belonging is, which is inside me. I can only find belonging within myself. With that said, you guys are probably like, this kind of looks familiar, but I'm actually in a whole new city right now. I've left LA. I finally did it. And I've been meaning to leave LA for a while now because I just didn't feel like it suited my personality very much, and it was just a lot for me. I'm a suburbs girl. I like the quietness of the city. I mean, I like the quietness of the suburbs, and I feel like I just find a lot of peace, and I get the most inspired by myself. I am an ambivert, so I can be extroverted, but I can also be introverted. Like, I need to have my own time to collect my thoughts. And I feel like one of the biggest things I've also learned in the last year about myself is that I don't know how to say no. I have a really hard time saying no. And so that's also why I've been taking on so much work with brands, because I love all these brands that I'm working with, but I feel like I don't know how to balance my schedule so that I'm actually creating content that like feeds my soul and not just doing the work portion. Because as you guys are pretty educated with this influencing world now, it's like it is part of my job, and I'm so freaking lucky to be able to sit here and even say that. So I'm so grateful for it, but I think I just need to, I have this Asian guilt where like if I am given something to do, I feel like I have to say yes and I can't say no. So that's something I'm learning about myself. I feel like I'm kind of going all over the tangent too, but I'm going to collect this conversation back and just kind of explain, I guess, why I moved out of LA and how that's doing for me, like mentally. First of all, my mental health, I feel like I've been on a really positive journey in the last year and a half. Has it been a year and a half? No, it's been a year. I've been talking to a therapist for a year, and I'm just so glad I finally did it. It's like I'm late in my 20s, and it took me so many years to finally talk to someone about my mental health. And I feel like if I hadn't talked to, her name is Rebecca, I found her on BetterHelp, then I wouldn't have learned so much about myself and realized that everything happens in the past, and I just need to focus and live in the moment, because I have a tendency to be super nostalgic, and nostalgia is kind of like a mental disease where I just keep holding on to the past. and wanting to live in the good times of the past, but I also need to be present and realize like if I don't live here in the now, these years will keep flying by me and I will not know what happened. And I feel like in the last 5 years or so, I've just let time slip away super quickly. And I had my party phase. You guys probably saw that, like just throughout following me on Instagram. And I feel like I'm slowly growing out of that, especially with a miscarriage. It really just really realigned like what is the most important thing in my life, what truly matters, what are my values. And I think at the time when I was partying, it was like necessary. It was so much fun. And that was a stage of life that I was in. And I'm really glad I did that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like waking up from that haze now, because I realized like back then I was probably unhappy with something and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to pinpoint what it was. And I partied and wanted to celebrate every single week because I felt like that would derive some kind of purpose in me. And what I'm trying to say is like I feel like I didn't know who I was exactly, and didn't really have a purpose. So I had a lot of time to party. But I feel like after the miscarriage and man, like all my values were really realigned and I started to remember who I am and why I started this YouTube channel in the first place. And I was feeling like I kept growing further and further and further apart because from you guys, because like one, just to be completely honest, like I was really scared of getting backlash from being vulnerable online. And I mean, you hear this from so many influencers, I'm sure, but like, yes, we're just human and we make mistakes, but it's just like really tough when it's online. And I don't know, like the whole cancel culture thing, it's just scary. So I kept a distance and I was just in like a dark space a couple months, like 6 months ago. Like I didn't really want to come on here to always like talk about how I was depressed and stuff like that, but so I just kept my head down and I kept working and working and working and working on campaigns because at that time of my life I was like, I don't know what like my hormones were definitely out of whack from the miscarriage, and it was like I don't think I was thinking properly, but I wanted to just stop feeling so sad, and that's why I kept working. And I feel like fast forward to in the last 2 months, I started getting antsy again. I started being happier, and I'm starting to feel inspired again. And I realized that I haven't really created content, like fashion content, I don't know, for like 8 months now. And there's several reasons for that too. Like one is because I was so insecure about my body. It changed so much from the miscarriage. Like I bloated up. I couldn't fit into a lot of my clothes, and I just felt really insecure to come on here and talk about clothes because I just didn't feel beautiful in my own skin. I didn't know who I was. I was just on this journey of self-discovery. And I feel like I remember there was like, I was running up my stairs at home and I got to the top of the stairs and I was panting and I was like, oh my God, if there was apocalypse and I needed to run away from zombies, I would for sure die. So that's what got my motivation to start working out and see a personal trainer. And from then on, I feel like people say this all the time, but working out really, really does change your mental health and just really helps with my endorphins. And I just felt so much better about my body. And my personal trainer also encouraged me to eat healthier. He was really, really encouraging. And he's like, I still really miss the guy. Now I live pretty far away from LA, so I don't get to see him anymore. But he really helped change the way I view my body and the way I look at food, and I just feel a lot healthier. So that was such a positive change too. And yeah, I feel like that also just like changed the way I felt about my body. I felt a lot more confident because I wasn't just sitting around moping, feeling like I couldn't fit into my clothes, but now I was actually getting out of my bed and hitting the gym and like sweating and feeling a lot more confident about myself. So sometimes I realize like when I am feeling depressed about something, honestly, it's probably my body just telling me like get up and do something about it. So I feel a lot better about that, and I just feel like I am more connected with myself now too, so I know what my style is again. I was definitely so lost. I didn't even know, like, I was very easily influenced by the LA scene, um and I got lost in the sauce. I just got lost in the sauce. But I'm actually like so freaking happy out here. I find so much peace in the suburbs. I'm still in SoCal. I'm not going to disclose the city just because it's a pretty small city, so you guys will probably figure it out eventually. I'm trying not to put any pressure on myself in creating like amazing content, because I feel like that is also what kept me from posting on YouTube. I just gave myself so much pressure, and I was such a perfectionist. I'm like, oh my God, back then I did this. I kept comparing the version of who I am now to the version who I was back then, like 2 years ago. And the reality is I've changed and I'm not that same person anymore, but I am finding the true belonging within myself, and I'm finding out that it's okay to not be saying yes to everything, not going to every single thing that I'm invited to, and just finding peace at home with my husband and my dogs and with myself. So, focusing on things that make me happy, which is like writing, and I've been thrifting a lot more and thinking of like video ideas, finding music. Man, I miss the YouTube community. I just sit here and sometimes I remember why I even started all of this, and it was to express myself. That is the update, my quick life update. I've been pretty disconnected with you guys, and I really want to make the effort to connect with you guys again and sit in my room and just talk about stuff, girl questions. I don't know if I'm the best at them, but I'm gonna try my best and share it from my own experience. I'm not a leader or a role model, or I'm not trying to be. I'm literally just a gal making mistakes in life and learning, and I'm open to sharing everything that I've done and I've been through. So I would love to open up this dialogue. I mean, not I would love, I want to open up this dialogue right now and just open up the comment section. I'm going to respond to every single one of you guys, because you guys are seriously worth so much to me. That you guys mean so much to me. And ask me any questions you guys have. Leave song recommendations, because I'm super into music lately, just sitting here and writing and etc. etc. Thank you for watching and catching up with your girl. I really truly miss you guys so much. Give this video a thumbs up, because I always really appreciate those, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!